Summer is finally over. For quite a while now. But let's talk some anime! Hello my beautiful geekies, and let's talk some anime. A few months ago I did my anime spring season review and my anime summer season preview. And right now we are a few months past and we are going to do the summer season review, and later today I will upload my fall season preview for some anime. I watched a lot of anime this summer. I may have bailed out on a few as well, but let's talk what I watched, what I recommend, what I do not recommend, and of course then it's up to you to let me know what you enjoyed this summer, and in the following video what you are going to enjoy this fall. I can't wait to see what you guys thought of the animes I watched, of the animes you watched that I maybe didn't watch, and let's see what each other thought of the anime that came out this summer. And let's start with 91 Days. I just watched the latest episode, and at this point in time as I'm recording this, there are still 2 to 3 anime coming out today, Sunday, September 25th. I am still going to watch those episodes, but I cannot wait. I thought about even doing the fall preview before the summer review, but that just doesn't make sense. So let's talk about 91 Days. This is a mob story, a revenge tale about a guy who witnesses his family being murdered by some mob people, and he grows up and he infiltrates the mob to try and take those same people out. This is for those who like mob stories, slow burns, and revenge tales. Combine all those, you get a really good anime here. You get kind of plain characters here and there, some characters that don't get any development at all. Apart from our main character, Avilio, the rest of the cast stays the same throughout the anime. Although it still isn't over, I can tell where this is going. I'm not going to spoil you, of course, but this is one anime I do recommend. The animation is good, the story is good, it's kind of slow, it's a slow burn, it's very psychological in some ways, but it's one I would recommend if you like dark stories, greedy stories. Revenge tales are always some of the best stories you can have out there. So 91 Days is one I do recommend. It's nothing major, it's nothing spectacular that is going to change the way you view anime or revenge tales or whatnot. It's not something unique, but it's a good entertaining time that you can see this anime, and because of that I'm going to give 91 Days a martini. It is a good time, anytime. Now this is one of the surprises which I was very much looking forward to, and it is Sweetness and Lightning. This is a story of a single father who tries to raise his little girl, alone. Her mother, being his wife, died a few years ago, and she still remembers sometimes when her mother used to cook for them, and the food was delicious. This girl is a big fan of her mother's cooking, and so now she wants her father to cook the same way. What happens is that the guy has a job, he doesn't have a lot of time to cook at home, and he's not very good at it either. But he meets this girl who's a student of his, because he's a teacher, and then they start hanging out together and cooking together and teaching the girl how to cook as well. And there are many life lessons in here that are so charming, so well done. The characters are awesome. This little girl is one of the cutest things I have ever seen in my life. The only downfall in this anime is that the episodes can kind of feel the same, like the same stuff is happening over and over and over again. But then comes one episode that shifts the gears around and it starts a whole nother topic and adds another element to the series as a whole. It's very enjoyable, very light, very easy to watch and relax as you are watching this. Again, this little girl is so freaking cute. It's charming, it's simple, doesn't try to be more than it is, and it's enjoyable as hell. I cannot emphasize that enough. This is one of the most enjoyable times I have had this summer, as I spend 20 minutes each week watching this series, and because of that, it gets an amazeballs rating. Let's talk some Arslan Senki Fujin Rambo. It was a very small series, I was not expecting that. From what I remember, there is no egregious CGI in this season, but it's very good. The plot moves forward, it doesn't waste any time, but the end can kind of be anticlimactic and not feel like an ending at all, like a pause in the series that you don't know when you're going to get the next bit of it. I personally don't know, but there might be an announcement out there that I haven't heard. It's enjoyable, the characters still progress, the characters get very, very much development. They add new characters to the show, and there are a few twists and turns that you might not be expecting. There's one episode that I did not think it fitted because the season is so small, and that was the episode dedicated to the past of Silver Mask. It was a good episode, just didn't fit the rest of the season, especially because it was so small. All that said, I love Arslan Senki. I love the first season. This season is small but continues to move. The plot develops, the character develops, the animation still looks great. The CGI is not present in here from what I remember. Still, it's very small, very concise in itself, although I would have wanted a bit more episodes. But I love Arslan Senki. Because of all that, it gets an amazeballs rating. Fukigen na Mononokean is a bit of a comedy and a bit of a drama about exorcists who go into exorcising yokai to the underworld. They have more misadventures than they have adventures. There's a very dark element to this series that I cannot disclose, and one that we still haven't understood. It hasn't been revealed to us, but the characters are very enjoyable. These are characters and archetypes that you've seen before, but still the series grabs you in what this mystery is and what each of these characters are hiding. The design is great. The elements are used in an original way even though you've seen this before, and it's very enjoyable. Again, it's easy to watch, and there's this mystery that will keep grabbing onto you and pulling you into watching the series. But again, sometimes it kind of feels repeated and it doesn't change the formula at all from episode to episode. And because of that, I will say that Fukigen no Mononokean is a martini, and it is a good time anytime. Next we got Hitori no Shita, The Outcast. This is a series that is tough to watch. Having watched the latest episode, I think it's either 11 or 12, you can kind of think back and connect all the dots, but for a while seems like you're just having fights for the sake of having fights. Nothing really major is going on, the story's not moving forward, the main plot is not being focused on. It's tough. And the characters, I won't say they're bad characters in a way that they're not badly written, they're just not one bit likable. Until recently, you wouldn't care about the characters watching this show. It's still very well animated, the fights are good, but there's just not much to grab onto. If you like supernatural stuff, give it a try. If you like unlikable characters, give it a try. There's still some enjoyment to be taken away from the series because of the fights and the supernatural element, but besides all that, there's still not much. Because of that, I will give Hitori no Shita, The Outcast, a C+. Mob Psycho 100. For those of you who've watched my summer preview, you know my hesitations going into this. And I gotta say, I really enjoy this series. This is not One Punch Man at all. This is funny, this is quirky, this doesn't take itself too seriously. The action is great. The bad drawings are used to perfection. This is how you should use this art that is badly drawn. I'm using bunny ears because it's not badly drawn, that's the way they intend to draw it. The characters are eccentric, they are exaggerated, they are over the top. This is what I like in a supernatural, ghost-like, action, funny anime. This works as One Punch Man should work. The only thing is that the anime doesn't seem to be moving along as the episodes go through. It seems like it's having one random misadventure here, another random misadventure there, then you keep going back to the same tropes at some point or another, and that detracts from the series, but it's still very enjoyable. Because of that, Mob Psycho 100 is definitely a very high martini, because it is a good time anytime. I could talk about Nanatsu no Taizai Seisei no Shirushi, but I've seen 3 episodes. The series has 4 episodes, but it's still not done. I want to see where this leads to, because the last episode, it was a very enjoyable episode, but it was random. It was a King, which I love, and a Diane, which I love, episode. There was not much moving forward on the story. Because of that, I will not rate this because it is a mini-series. It just came out later in the summer season. I cannot rate this. If you're a fan of Nanatsu no Taizai, watch it. It's enjoyable. But I can't really recommend this one because it's clearly for people who already know the series. If you want to start watching Nanatsu no Taizai, start with Nanatsu no Taizai Season 1. It's everywhere, I think. I think it's on Netflix even. Watch it, give it a try if you like supernatural, medieval stuff. I recommend this for Nanatsu no Taizai fans, but for others, give a watch the first season and then try this one if you want. Oh boy! the surprise of the season. Not the big one, but Orange, the Feels series. That's what I call it. That's what it will give you, the feels. This series breaks your heart each and every week, more times than one. It's about this group of friends who are in high school and they meet this new kid who's kind of an outcast. He doesn't like to relate to people that much. He doesn't like hanging out that much. And he has a few hesitations to him. You can see that he hides a lot of stuff inside. And then these kids start getting letters, supposedly from themselves 10 years in the future. It's true. They find out it's true. I don't want to say what the letters are asking them to do. You'll have to watch it. You'll have to get your heart broken. The animation is beautiful and very unique in itself. I like the colors. I like the characters. I like even the guy who's very unlikable, the new kid. Even though you feel for him and you want the other characters to accomplish what they have to accomplish, what they want to accomplish with him, he's at some points very, very unlikable. But Orange was definitely the surprise of the season. And if you like series that will make you clench your heart, send out a little tear from your eye each and every week, watch Orange. Orange is definitely a kneel before me. Real Life was the first series that came out, and before recording this I had even forgotten that it was during the summer season because it was like a Netflix series. All the episodes came out, I watched it. This show is very good, and binge watching it gave me the perspective that it is the perfect way to watch it. Binge watch this series. So enjoyable, so likable. The ending is kind of, damn it, I wanted to see more, and it's both good and bad. There's nothing much to Real Life, not even that I can spoil. A guy who's 27 or 28 gets a guy in front of him asking him to redo his life, go back to high school. The only thing he has to do is take this pill. This is a product or a test they are doing on a company. He takes the test and he starts redoing his high school life, meeting new people. And then there are a couple funny stuff here and there, a couple of dramatic stuff here and there. It's enjoyable. It's simple. It's binge-worthy. Binge watch this series. Real Life gets a martini. It is a good time, anytime. Here's another surprise of how enjoyable and how original it was. Survamp, another vampire show, but this one takes another edge to it. There are vampires, then there are special vampires who represent the 7 deadly sins, and then they each correspond to a human. The plot gets a little bit jumbled around. You're trying to understand, wait, is this person that person? Is this person related to that person? There are a couple of twists and turns that don't actually make sense, narratively wise. There are actually things that will get very confusing. Wait, this character was here last I seen him, now he's over there. It gets really confusing, especially for a 12 episode anime. But it's still very enjoyable. It's an anime I will recommend to supernatural fans, horror fans. The music is great. The characters are likable, and Survamp gets a martini. It is a good time, anytime. Apologies if there's any change in the lighting or in my position right now on camera. My camera died. I had to put it on charge before continuing to record this. But now let's move on to Shokugeki no Soma ni no Sara, the second season. Look, quite simply, Shokugeki no Soma, besides great animation, has nothing to it besides people being superheroes at cooking, and then other people eating said food and having orgasms. Shokugeki no Soma is just really fun, really light to watch. It has a great main character who wants to achieve his dreams to be a great, unique chef. And I like that in that character. The thing I like most about Shokugeki no Soma is that it actually teaches you to cook, and it's not boring. Seriously, watch an episode, see them cook, see them telling you how they cooked, and then try to cook it yourself. I have, and it turned out great. Bravissimo. There's nothing really to say about Shokugeki no Soma. Either you like cooking shows and you like this kind of superhero thing being mixed in a comedic way into normal series, you will probably like this show. So to me, it's really fun to watch. I like cooking. I like that aspect of having exaggerated reactions to food that tastes so good. And because of that, Shokugeki no Soma definitely is a martini, because it is a good time, anytime, especially at mealtime. Now we move on to Taboo Tattoo, which is a very good concept of people having superpowers through their tattoos, and each tattoo has a significant ability, a unique ability to it. The story is very jumbled. You don't know who is the enemy, who are the good guys. There are many characters that look alike in several ways, but the battles are great, the animation is great, the music is great. One character stands out over the others, and that is the main character. Besides that, there's really nothing much to it. I really enjoyed it, but it's not a series that I would recommend to everyone. It's not a series that is for everyone, especially because there is so many anime out there that you might enjoy more than this one. I really enjoyed it because I like tattoos, and I like this concept of tattoos having superpowers. I actually wrote a movie in which kind of tattoos have superpowers. I really enjoyed the series. You might not enjoy it as much, but try and give it a watch if you like superpowers. And if you like supernatural, if you like tattoos, give it a watch, seriously. To me, Tabu Tattoo is a martini, a good time anytime. It might not be for everyone. Most people will probably give it a C+, or maybe even a Clark Gable. Now let's go to Tales of Zestria. This, in terms of animation, is the anime of the season. Of course, from Ufotable, the makers of Fate Stay Night. It's not made in the same way that God Eater was. That was a disappointment, especially coming from Ufotable. But I really like the show. The characters are really good. The story could be better. It doesn't flow very well. It's from episode to episode. It's very episodic. It's not a great narrative. It's one episode, then you watch another, begins and ends. Watch another, begins and ends, and so on and so forth. But it is a great series to watch because of the animation, and I'm a sucker for medieval mythological things. I never played the games, but I understood every bit of what was going on, except one episode that it was made apparently to promote a new game in the Tales of Zestria series. The episode was actually good, but it's really out of bounds with the rest of the season. Because of that, I will say Tales of Zestria is a martini, because it is a good time at any time for mythology and medieval fans. And at long last we come to Time Travel Girl. I enjoy the series deeply. It's about this girl who finds a machine that her father has, and through searching in this book about historic scientists, she travels to the past when they were living, and she learns with them. This is a great series to learn about science, to learn about these historical figures, and then it has a bit of a great drama going on behind it, which I will not spoil. It's definitely a recommendation. Time Travel Girl is very good. The characters are super likable and they evolve throughout the show, and that is very important. To me, that's what made Time Travel Girl so good, and that's why I'll give it a martini. It is a good time anytime. The Leftover of Spring, which I did not know at the time, and is Twin Star Exorcists. Not going to say much, just going to talk about this lion. I'm going to spoil this episode, gotta be honest. If you want to not know the spoilers for Twin Star Exorcists in this past season or second half of the season, just mute this part because you will not understand the spoiler through the images, don't worry. But I will spoil in 3, 2, 1. Everything about this episode reminded me of Leomon when he died in Digimon Tamers. The lighting, the location, the way he dies with a spear through his chest. I almost had tears in my eyes. I just didn't have it because I didn't care about this character so much. He showed up in this episode. He was a very different Kerage or Kegare, or I can't remember which is first, the R or the G. The only problem with this single episode is that it didn't have much characterization to him besides him being different. But Twin Star Exorcist is a series I deeply enjoyed, and the narrative continued to flow beautifully. Because of that, it definitely gets an Amazeballs rating. And Kyokai no Rine is another one that, look, I can't recommend the series to anyone because nothing happens in this series. But I don't know why, I deeply enjoy this. I like watching this show so much. It's ridiculous, nothing happens. It's about this exorcist, and then he goes on meeting other exorcists, and he apparently is in love, or he doesn't like to admit so, with this human girl, but nothing really happens, guys. I can't recommend Kyokai no Rine. The animation is not even the best, but I will say that it is a C+. If you like comedies, if you like stupid stuff, if you like just watching an anime to relax, not having to think about anything, give this a watch. But the biggest surprise of the season, which will probably be considered a cheat by you guys, but I have to talk about this. It's Digimon Adventure Tri Movie 3 Confession. This is the best movie of Digimon Adventure Tri so far. Gave me the feels, reminded me of almost everything that is good about Digimon Adventure, and there are a lot of things that are good about Digimon Adventure. I like this, and I like to finally understand that it is a reboot of Digimon Adventure 02. I really love this movie, or OVA, or however you want to categorize it. This is a great movie, a great OVA. This is a great anime, guys. If you are not following Digimon Adventure Tri, go now. I left the next one to the end on purpose, because just like in my spring season review, this is not going to count to the rankings of best anime of the season or not. I'm not even going to rate it. However, I have to talk about Dragon Ball Super, because the Future Trunks saga / Black Goku saga has kind of been up and down. It's kind of been annoying me on many aspects, with who Black is, and then he apparently is a copy of Goku, but then apparently he is a copy of Goku created by the Super Dragon Balls through Zamasu, and Zamasu is not a good character, but today he finally died at the hands of Beerus, the god of destruction. It was so good, the music, and Beerus just being a badass, grabbing his hand, boom, you're dead, you're out. But next week, we are finally going to learn who Black really is. Not only that, but Black is definitely not just a copy of Goku. I'm holding out that he is someone important, someone whose identity, being the true identity of Goku Black, will have a significance to it. I'm holding out hope that I'm going to like this. I'm holding out hope that it's not just, oh, it's that guy, okay. Because Goku Black in himself is a good villain. He's been doing a lot, and it's good. But when he was revealed to be just a lackey of Zamasu, I was pissed, man. And I am still pissed at parts. But it now all depends on his true identity. Let's hold out hope. I'm annoyed at this saga so far. It has its good things, it has a lot of bad things. Let's hope it ends well. But right now, let's rate the top 3 anime of the season. And number 3 goes to Sweetness and Lighting. Watch this show, please. This is an adorable, beautifully animated, beautiful told story. This anime is totally a recommendation, guys. Please watch it. I know the episodes will kind of seem to repeat itself, but every once in a while it exchanges the formula a bit. So give it a watch, please. Number 2 is Orange. This show just gives you the feels every week. A new episode is coming out later today, after I'm recording this, probably before this is online. This is definitely a series I recommend to you guys. Please, this is beautifully animated. The story is heart-wrenching. It's really hard to watch, but it's really good to watch too, so please give it a try. And the one that I actually forgot to rate as I spoke about it, it's the one that you're going to consider a cheat, Digimon Adventure Tri. Movie 3, Confession. And it is definitely a kneel before me. This is what makes Digimon good, the relationship between the Digimon and the Digitamers. I am holding on to my chest because I have to wait till February for the thing to be over to finally learn everything, because at the end of movie 3, I'm not going to spoil, but guys, this is the one instance where the phrase, my childhood has been betrayed, makes sense. Those of you who've seen it, you know what I mean. That ending, oh my god. I am pissed, I am sad, I am mad, I am everything that is a negative emotion is right here, and I am feeling it because I cannot spoil it. I will not spoil it, but we were betrayed, guys. We were betrayed from our childhood till now. We were betrayed. We will not let this go by, and nor will the Digitamers. I'm sure they will get their revenge. I'm sure they will seek out answers. I hope we get our answers, because I need to know what the hell this is all about. I could say a name, but I will not spoil it, but it's so heart-wrenching. Now it's your turn, my beautiful geekies. Let me know the important stuff, and that is what you thought of the summer season of anime 2016. Let me know which anime you watched, which anime you liked, you didn't like. Let me know if I watched any anime you didn't watch but are now considering watching it because of what I said about them. Let me know all that in the comments below, and hold on to my fall preview of 2016 coming out later today or tonight, I guess. I cannot wait to talk to you guys about it. Cannot wait to get the hype on going, the anticipation going for that season. And guys, thank you once again for us reaching 250 subscribers. We are growing and growing and growing. I want to thank you guys for that. I make a video thanking you guys, and that video is also my Magnificent 7 Q&A, in which I announced the next Q&A that is coming to the channel. It all depends on your questions, and of course you can leave your questions right here or on that video or on any video going forward. And this week I got many reviews. I got Miss Peregrine's Deepwater Horizon. I also got Force Friday video for you guys, and on next Saturday I will have my Luke Cage review because it's coming out on Friday, September 30th. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on the summer season 2016 of anime. Every anime you watched, didn't, are considering now watching. Let me know all that in the comments below. And don't forget to stalk me on the internet through my Facebook, Instagram, or my vlog channel. All those links are in the description for you to go check them out and know what I am up to all the time with all my shenanigans. If you like this review and what I said about these animes, give this video a like. And if you are not subscribed yet, please click the button and join us in the beautiful geeky community where it can be geeky united. Thank you so much for watching my beautiful geekies. I love you guys so much. Stay beautiful, stay geeky. Cheers!